when you have a linear inequality that is in standard form, sometimes which can make the shading a little bit more apparent is to convert the inequality into slope-intercept form. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. So to start getting this into slope-intercept form, we want to isolate that y. So we're going to subtract 4x from both sides, which is going to leave us with negative 2y is less than negative 4x plus 6. Now the last step is to divide everything by negative 2. Now remember, since this is an inequality, when we divide an inequality by a negative number, or if you ever multiply by a negative number, you have to take that inequality symbol and you have to flip its direction. So since it was a less than sign, it's now going to become a greater than sign. And then negative 4 divided by negative 2 gives us a positive 2x, and then positive 6 divided by negative 2 gives us a negative 3. Now we can go through and we can identify our slope, and we can identify our y-intercept and begin graphing. So we're going to start by plotting our b, begin at our b, which is at 0, negative 3, and then since our slope is 2, we're going to go up to over 1, up to over 1. You want to carry this through, remember, your whole graph, so that you can create that boundary line that separates your graph into those two portions. And then you want to look at the sign that you have. We have a greater than sign. Since there's no equal to piece, that means that we are going to be drawing a dashed line. So you want to extend that dashed line all the way across your graph. Now, since this is a greater than symbol, again, we need to figure out which side we're going to shade. So take your pencil and line it up on that boundary line. Now, if we want greater, that means we want everything that's above or higher than that line. Because if we were going to shade below, that would be everything that's less than, but we want everything that's greater than. So we want to take our pencil and move it up. And as you can see, it kind of goes into the upper left portion of that graph. So we're going to shade all of this side here. And remember, we always want to go through and we want to pull a point from that shaded region to check to make sure that we did in fact shade the correct side of that boundary line. So let's use the point, how about 1, 4? And we're going to substitute that in. Now when you do substitute it in, you always want to go back to the original inequality. So we're going to substitute in 1 for x, and we're going to substitute in 4 for y. So that's going to give us 4 minus 8 is less than 6, which becomes negative 4 is less than 6, which is a true statement, which means that we did in fact shade the correct side of that boundary line.